Guys, welcome back. Today we have something a little bit different. I'm going to be working out of two books, and the first book is Hidden Paradise by Chris Lopez, and the second one is Romantic Country from Erie. Oh God. Okay, both popular books, available on Amazon. But we're going to do something a little bit different. I have two subscribers. But actually, before I get into that, I want to say a shout out to Kim Schwind. What a sweet lady. And she did something for all of us that she just took it upon herself to do. And it was so nice and probably took her forever to do. But the owl picture now has all the colors listed below with the numbers and a complete pencil list. I believe alphabetical order and number order, or it's all included. So I'm going to put it into my description boxes from now on so everybody's got pencils. And I want to thank her from the bottom of my heart. I correspond with her sometimes through email, and she's been a really sweet lady, and she misses nothing. If I don't get it right, she will tell me. And she's a sweetheart, and I just wanted to say how much I appreciate her and everybody else that tries to help me out when I miss something. So, assignment for anybody who wants to do this. Make me a check-off sheet of things that you want me to include in the description box. I'm always forgetting. Like today, like yesterday's video, I forgot to put the name of the book that I was working in. I upload really early in the morning, and by that time I'm like exhausted and my brain just goes somewhere else, and well, you know it. I don't have to tell you guys. You guys always let me know. So if you want to put in the description box below things that you want to see as a standard for all my videos, and I know like to include like the book, the author, but if there's anything else that you want me to include, I'm going to make it into a form that I fill out for each video so I don't forget things. Okay, so let's start on this. This is going to be for two people. One is for BB, and we're going to be working out of the Romantic Country. And the other one is again for Maggie, because the topic for today is going to include both things. And what we're going to do today is structures. How to light up buildings. And there's a standard way of doing it and doing it correctly, and I'm going to show it to you. This is going back to basic lighting, but it's really a little bit different and will add to your base knowledge of things that you think about automatically when you are doing your pictures. So let's start with the basic lesson. I have lighting coming from all different places here. And let's look at the first one. Here you have a standard building, a wall, anything that's a structure. It is very important for you to pick a lighting, especially when you're doing buildings. It's almost like it's mandatory. Number one, where is your lighting coming from? Because you could create total drama just by doing your shading on the building, and it does matter where that lighting is coming from. So here, let's look at the first one, and I've put the sun behind the building. If the sun is coming high in the sky behind the building, so it's coming in this way, the lightest point of that building is going to be the roof. And that's going to be your A. Then you have to say, okay, where would the lighting be coming in next? And that would be the side of the building, would be your second. So you have your B. And the darkest part of that building would be C. okay? Because it's coming in from behind. That way. I always stick my hand in front of the camera. Okay. Next, if you want to do front lighting. So we're doing front lighting that's high in the sky. Well, your lightest point where your light is going to be coming down upon is going to be your A, and that's the roof. C, since it's coming in from this direction or the front of the building, C would be your darkest. And of course, the front would be B for your medium shade. Okay? So you have to picture in your mind what that sun is going to do to that structure. Okay. Here we're going to look at a time of day. Now you have the sun setting, and the roof is not going to have the lighting. You're going to darken up the roof because it's becoming dark here. But since the lighting is still coming in and hitting this one area, A becomes the lightest area. And B becomes your second because it's coming in this way. Okay? Now, on the flip side, if say it's rising, A becomes your lightest, B would be your second, the front of the building, and then C, because it's just rising up, C would still be your darkest area. So I hope that was a little bit clear. Screenshot this so you can tell. And one of these days I'll get it up on the website. I'm so bad. Okay, so now let's look at some of these pictures. And for Maggie. Okay, I'm only rough sketching. Do not attempt this at home. Okay, she has the sky. It's becoming dark. Okay, so she did a black sky. She has to always remember that it's nighttime. Now, she did a very dark sky, so I have another piece of paper. I'm going to show her how to do really dark and lighten up. But let's say the sky is dark, the moon is coming up, and there's some moonlight coming down. Everything on this side would be darker. And she would shade in all these areas. And I shade at the beginning. Sometimes it's on the paper that I always make a copy of things. And so you might not see the shading done first on the picture that I'm working on, but it's already been worked out. So here we have the shading. This is a triangle. We're not worrying about four sides. We're going to assume the other side is whatever it is. And you're going to have the next one, let me just get this in, being the front of the building. Okay? It makes a big difference. Now, for example, I have a second copy. Let's do this again, but we're going to move the lighting a bit. You've got the moon coming in over here. So we have the moon. It's got its rays coming down because the moon does light things up. We all know that. But in this case, your top would be more lit than your bottom. and you would go in for the kill down here and down here. This is the one that I wanted her to do because she's got the dark sky going on. And all in here would be more shaded. Okay, and that would go for the whole thing. Now, depending on where the moon is in the sky, if it's here or here, then you make up your mind on what's going to be B. And B, while this is going to be all dark, and we'll shade in over here, B would be slightly lighter. So I'm going to choose where my lighting source is going to be for number 2. And say it's coming down slightly over here. Here would be B. Now, down here is your darkest area because it's the lowest and it's hitting the ground. And when you do a night scene, your ground is basically, unless you have some sort of artificial lighting, your ground is dark. Let's get in B. And you're going to work this out for all your pictures. Now, it doesn't have to be from this book. It could be from anywhere. And I'm going to show you another example. We're going to work that out in just a minute. And please, people, do not scribble. This is a do as I say, not as I do moment. Okay, so now you've worked out where your lighting source is going to be. And now all you have to do is come in with the kill and go for the lightest color. Okay, I have some cloud blue. This may or may not work. And yes, it does. So here you have your lightest. Second. And then you have your darkest going down here. Okay? So that's how you structure your lighting, and you work it out beforehand. Make your copies if you can, and work it out. There's going to be a part 2 to this video, and I'm going to block out a outside landscape garden structure. And I think that one will really bring it home for people who are going to struggle with this concept. So I will see you tomorrow, and bright and early. Take care. Bye-bye.